just talk to the whores at the bathhouse.
Someone there? Oh, you're bold, but let's show them!
For you! Good fighting.
Up to it, up to it, up to it, up to it.
Hear me, parrot! Did we not come here to escape the Empire? Do the Interiors not exemplify everything we hate?
It's the envoy.
You're gonna regret this!
Hey! Over here! Die! That's all of them.
Welcome to our shrine, Envoy.
A broken throne, symbol of Wodoka the Oathbinder. She's nothing if not a bit dramatic.
Murderers!
How?
You, Adira.
Not to worry, Envoy. We got one of the bastards. We caught this one trying to break into the embassy. You startled me.
And here's where the rats live. Reasonable rent if you can get it.
Well, that didn't take long. Really? Looting the Clavige's house?
Get them! Get him! Give me a target. Watch the left!
He's also.
Time to rally. Come and get me! Who's ready for more?
Once I got drunk and lost back here looking for the chamber pot. Aiming through the best parties. I'm starting to see why Eamon was going gray all of a sudden.
If there's anything worth finding,
It'll be in here.
Cozy. Well, there you have it.
Got him.
So, Claviger Amon not only knew about the rebels, he also gave them access to a hideout in the cistern. None. I knew he was protective of Paradise, but I never would have dreamed he'd get in bed with organized rebels. Look, everyone who settles in the Living Lands comes from somewhere, but until recently, those settlers have been people, not nations. But when Adir built an embassy and filled it with dignitaries and troops, some started to worry that your laws and governors would follow.
Right, all of that. Don't forget why we're here. You hired me to hunt the rebels down, and now we know where they are. The cistern beneath the Temple of Andra. Good place for a hidden base. It's just below the...
Maybe we should bring reinforcements. I bet Heelguard would be happy to spare some of his guards if we...
They'd only slow us down. Besides, any fighting we do in the cistern will be close quarters.
On to the Temple of Andra, then. It's east of here, just across the...
Right, after you. No one lives there at the moment. I guess the Claviger didn't like having neighbors.
I know I feel safe with the guard presence around here.
It's a horrible situation.
You Adirans are vile!
Yeah, oh no, that gets weird.
A drop? Dear's paradise! Do not be afraid of it.
Safe to say, Andra's got a wealthy patron here.
Wouldn't think assassins would be hiding out in a temple, but... what do I know?
Hail and well met. The Temple of Oh, you must be the Adiran envoy. How wonderful to meet a godlike in our holy sanctum. I take it you're here on official business. Thankfully, no. Only the faithful and the devout come through here. Goodness me. Though I suppose an Adiran envoy runs across all manner of strange folk. Oh, you must be talking about those awful rebels. People say they're outlaws blending in with honest citizens, killers and cutpurses of the lowest sort. But why ask me about the... Wait, you're not implying that I'm involved with... Shit. Let me guess. He wrote it all down? The claviger was far... All right. If you're willing to listen...
Nice work, Envoy.
Yes, I'm with the Resistance. We have a responsibility to defy. For some of us, that means hiding in plain sight. Passing meth. For others, it's kill or be killed. If you're so eager to die again, the one you want is downstairs in the cistern. No doubt sharpening his blade. The door is on the wall to your left. And why would I do something idiotic like that? You see everything at its worst. Gods, just look at what the Empire has done to you. Fine. I'll contact the embassy myself.
Take that. What do we got here?
Stale air, thick darkness, and a smell that peels your eyes back. Reminds me of home.
No, I just skipped a bath.
Rebels ahead. Stay alert.
Unseen, unheard.
Show yourself! The envoy's here!
Oh no!
The envoy's back!
They come!
These people aren't trained assassins. They're just regular people with weapons.
They're trying to kill us. What else do you need to know? Watch out. Pressure plates on the floor.
If you want help burning through that, say the word.
One moment.
Watch yourself. Show me what you got.
You know what that web means. Be ready. Ready, aim.
More Bleste spiders. Foi tudo bem.
He sucks over.
What am I hitting? This is not looking so good. Weapon's not doing the job. That, Marius.
What about these spiders? Are they threatening enough for you?
The spiders are just trying to survive. Maybe these people are, too.
Not this sucker again.
I sense a Marius lecture coming. Quiet as the depths.
Coming in hot.
That key opens the big double doors we saw on the way here.
Remember that time in Emerald Stair? You let that thief take all our supplies.
He was starving. I wasn't gonna kill a man over a few rations.
We needed our supplies. We almost died without them.
True.
You let your heart get in the way of your survival.
When did you become a poet?
Just blessed day now. Like it?
Still needs work.
That's super fun.
One moment. Why would you waste time building a deadly trap when a simple no entry sign would suffice?
Who's there?
Over there, 11. What we sit on the blades? You guys from here?
The armor's too weak here. Not bad, Marius. I've got your back! Your back! Look right!
I'm sick!
You're still mad about that thief, but we made it back to town, even without our supplies.
Not the blessed day point. You see a threat, you stop that threat. You don't give it your rations.
You think everyone's out to get you. This is why you don't have more friends.
Eyes open.
What was that? Hold it!
Take a shot.
The envoy's here.
I'm sick! I'm sick!
Glad that's over. One moment.
So, would you have killed that thief for taking our stuff?
Him, dude. Someone's up ahead.
You're not.
I would have sent that thief on his way, without our blessed day supplies.
Then he would have died.
No, we didn't.
Get ready. My money says our assassin's on the other side of that door.
So it is true. You're alive. You're truly alive.
Yeah, no shit.
Spoken like an assassin who's confident in his work.
Well, how could this be? I killed you. The gods had something else in mind for you. Stay your weapon, please. Hear me. Let me speak for Paradise. Then you can decide if we part as friend or as foe. Envoy, I killed you because the people of Paradise have suffered under the boot of Adir. Because it was not the ambassador's face that appeared to me in a dream, but yours. Your face was as clear in my mind as it appears to me now. You were standing under the sign of Adir. Your feet became roots and reached deep into the soil, wrapping round Ardra in the darkness. I took the vision as a call to kill you in the hopes that I might stop Adir from conquering this land. Yes, my life may be over, but I accept responsibility for my downfall. I cannot imagine what the gods want for us, but you are at the center of it. The proof stands before me.
There's definitely something. It's written all over your face.
The only thing standing before us is a bunch of well-armed people. Let's take this slow. No sudden movements.
The gods aren't finished with you yet. You tell me, godlike. You have me cornered, but I will not hesitate to defend myself. Cowardice is not our way. My fate is in your hands. Do with it what you will. The Deerans have bought most of the property in Paradise, pushed out many of the families. You installed yourselves at Fort Northreach to police trade and fishing with no authority. Ardir now controls the import of all foreign goods, forcing Paradisans to deal with your people to get them.
That may not be the whole story, but it's part of it.
Such dealings are regulated through Adiran contracts that are both deceptive and manipulative. When Paradisans dare to challenge these contracts, we're punished by the Steel Garrote. Whatever wrong I've committed against you, I will not apologize for striking back at Ardir.
Normally, I'd say if someone tries to kill you once, don't give them a chance to do it again. But I think he's actually come around to something. It's rare to see a real change of heart. Rarer still to have the opportunity to give someone a second chance. Don't squander it.
If you spare him, he'll just kill you again. I doubt you'll get a second chance. Not a huge fan of cold-blooded murder. We survive by removing threats, and this guy is a threat.
If you're guided by the hearts of your companions, then they too serve the gods. You mean it? You have no thirst for vengeance, no righteous desire for justice?
Not the path I'd take. But hey, I only get to die once.
You're really letting us go? You are far more forgiving than I would be under the circumstances. Perhaps you are worthy of this great destiny.
Let's go.
Thank you, Envoy. If our paths are meant to cross again, let it be in peace.
Big mistake, Envoy. He killed you once. He'll do it again.
Dude, he's so cool.
When a warrior acts with honor, we mark the occasion with a gift, and in my case, an apology.
Why would I not be? This
Please.
is way cooler than you do.
Accept
Just
both.
Shut up.
Free. The hair forgives. The tide ends on the placid shore. We learn. We twine.
You know, it's harder to keep you alive if you keep setting free all the people who want to kill you.
Relax, Marius. If he wanted the envoy dead, I doubt he'd send us away with presents. Impressive. I'm starting to see why your Emperor trusts you.
Don't bop.
The future feels bright for a change. For what it's worth, I'm very sorry for the part I played in your untimely death.
Hopefully you made an ally here today, envoy.
We'll definitely be seeing them again. You all but guaranteed that.
Unfortunately, I don't think your friends at the embassy will be happy about this.
I never really expect them to be happy about anything. I have some thoughts, Envoy. Let's talk about it at camp.
Take a roll again.
The adherents only. They see us as soil to feed their dying homeland.
Dude, this game is so good.
It's not every day you get to deal with the person who killed you. And since you set them free, you get to deal with them again sometime in the future. That's interesting. Good to know you're the forgiving sort. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. You found the assassin, and you're still alive, which means well done, Marius. Anyway. Right. What do you want to know? Right. Good talk.
I'm sure you have. A lot of people in your position would have left them high and dry. Yeah, I thought so too. I'm just glad to see people get a second chance. And I'm relieved to know you're the kind of person who's willing to grant them, even when your official duties might suggest... I've been told I snore, so I hope you don't exile me from camp. It's the gateway to the Living Lands, a scenic port city that most visitors enjoy some mariner's porridge at the Ballarrock, a back alley shakedown, and then the sudden return of that porridge out of one end or the other. Then, if they've got any sense, they turn around and, with authentic tale, it also has a reputation for making These days, we have a few more would-be adventurers trying to leave their mark on the place.
Or more likely, the Lands leaves its mark on that.
The Living Lands means a hard-won second chance for the people who settle. But first, you've got to survive it. The folks who say that either last the longest. For a lot of people, the Living Lands is a last resort. They come fleeing war, debt, famine. For others, it's freedom. To seek glory, to redefine yourself, to live in a way you can't, maybe even on pain of death wherever you come from. Oh, little of everything. Rawatai is famous for storms and rocky soil, so I figured if I'm going to live in a hostile environment, why not pick some place where things grow? It seemed like a good idea at the time. Used to be, if you could last out here, you could count on being left alone. That's what some fear. Hilgard's new embassy and his alliance with the Stilgarrote smell like the authority and order that a lot of people came here to leave behind. But I don't mean to put that on you. I imagine you're tired of having to answer for every Adiran who sneezes into somebody's stew. They say people afflicted with it have strange, vivid dreams. And what starts as a light daze becomes severe disorientation and eventually a bent towards chaotic violence. And then, fungal growths take over your body. So Dream Scourge. No, Dream Scourge is different. It spreads all over. Still, if you see any new mushrooms sprouting up anywhere unexpected, let me. Until then, Look on the bright side. The Living Lands is filled with... Rebellion's more like our natural state of being in the People on the island don't much like being told what to do. In fact, many come here specifically for that reason. Don't speak too soon, because they may have followed you here. Paradise used to be a lot more violent. Now, bandits like the Sparrowhawks at least have to limit their activities. Of course, that change has come thanks to Ambassador Heelguard's Adiran troops. And the Stilgarrote. Ludwine and her paladins have been busy in the hinterlands. It's all rumor and speculation, but I don't think they're making your cause any friends. I don't like to
Since when?
Okay. They say she's hunting down so-called agitators, flattening entire settlements. Of course, all the news reaching Paradise is jumbled together. Stories about the Dream Scourge, the Steel Garrote, and the weird happenings that are almost commonplace. So it's hard to say what's true. I think you're right. I don't know that these rebels are all that organized, but where there's foam, there's rocks, as the saying goes. Shoot. Holler if you need anything else.
No offense, but you leave a pretty wide trail, Envoy. I mean that anyone who wanted to track you down would just have to follow the murmurs and gawkers in your... An Adiran official who's new in town turns a lot of heads, especially when they're traveling with a Nim dude like Kai. Stick with Kai. You'll find out. Well, we've worked together in the past. It was mostly him crashing blindly through the weeds after I advised him not to. We found your assassin. Maybe I can help you avoid being killed again in the future. My guess is you'll need a guide once you leave Paradise, too. They say I'm... Mayor T, Envoy. I'll make myself at home. Anyway, enough chat. I'm sure you have things...
Not every... Not at all. He was even more in awe, and you really had him at a loss. Me too, for that matter. Don't get me wrong, I'm impressed. Not many. Things aren't always that clear, especially when you're staring down a man who tried to send you back. But I like your certainty. Why'd you do it? Clever. Though, I suspect he and his followers will... I'm afraid we haven't seen the last of this conflict, though. Eagwolf isn't the only hothead in the Living Lands, and he's certainly not the only one with his hackles up about all you... And Ludwine and the Steel Garrote are only making matters. They're a match to a powder. Your ambassador and the rest of the Adiran forces have been dragging the frontier, kicking and screaming towards order, all the things that half of us moved here to... Then, one day, Ludwine and the Steel Garrote show up to reinforce the Adiran presence. Could be both. It remains to be seen whether Ambassador Heelguard and Ludwine are rowing in the same direction. But I fear there's trouble. Nice to know I'm in good... Just thinking about Claviger Amon. I let him down. I've let a few people down over the... But I did promise someone once that I'd do my part to look after all of us riffraff who've made a home here. My best chance of doing that is helping you investigate this plague and hopefully, fend off any future assassination. The feeling's mutual. I think that's enough doom and gloom. By the way, now that we've gotten to know each other, I've been watching your form, and I think... Yeah, I've watched your form. You're smaller than I am, but I picked up a few tricks from... I'm happy to return the favor. Some of that is sheer stubbornness. That's it. You got the hang of it. I look forward to seeing what you can do when we get back out there tomorrow. In the meantime...
You should keep an eye on that scrape on your arm. You don't want it to get infected.
It barely even counts as a scrape.
That's the worst kind of flesh wounds. Lots of open skin contact. Snapflies like the peeled skin. Fog mites love the blood.
I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
I have some tanglewood in my pack. That should clear it right up.
Tell me you brought Oh, Envoy, you return. And you brought a friend. Ambassador Heelguard, at your service.
Always nice to meet an Adiran who isn't trying to goad me into a fight.
What of these rebels? The streets are full of rumors, but your word is the only one I trust. What? How could you let this happen? You're damn right it is. We needed to answer this challenge with blood. Don't you see what this will do to our credibility? Thanks to you, these rebels will continue to undermine our work in the Living Lands without resistance or fear. Worse still, now everyone knows our flank is exposed. Oh my gods, Ludwig is going to eat us alive. Do you hear yourself? You honestly think a little history is enough to spare us the Hangman's Noose? There's nothing to be done. All we can do is brace for the inevitable, though it may damn us in the end. You're right. I need to project more confidence than I feel. Whether or not our days are numbered, the city needs us. The least we can do is be useful on our way to the grave. Now the Emperor wants you to investigate the Dream Scourge, and I have no wish to delay you any further. I'm sending you to Fior Messi Verno, a community of Valian expatriates deep in Emerald Stair. The Animancers may have some knowledge of the Dream Scourge already. Learn whatever you can from them. Governor Vidaro will be your first point of contact. I'm told he's barely keeping the community in order. Seek him out if good hunting.
So sick.
Hilgard. Why is it that whenever I hear your name, it's because you've disgraced the Empire?
No, the strangling light. Keep her away.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
Inquisitor Ludwig, so kind of you to join us.
While you brood over the Dream Scourge, this island is coming apart at the seams.
Stay your wrath. Allow me to present the Adiran envoy, dispatched by the Emperor himself, to aid us in our time of need.
At least someone knows the meaning of respect. Strange. You and I have crossed paths before, haven't we? Entirely possible. Much has changed since we last saw each other. I am both more and less than I used to be. And you. There is a dim corner of my memory that you occupy. Old feelings I thought long since banished. I will observe you with interest after I am finished with the ambassador. I can't believe you troubled the Emperor to send an envoy. Haven't you done enough to flaunt your incompetence?
Under the circumstances, I thought it might be...
Silence. You busy yourself with the Dream Scourge. A mere fever and chills, leaving the real work to me. Even if that were to happen, the living will replace the dead. We will ship them in by the hundreds to fill the empty houses.
Oh, gods, Ludwig.
I have scoured this island and faced the truths from which you cower. The Living Lands is on the brink of total collapse, and you have ignored the discontent in your own city. Now, the Envoy's killer roams free, unpunished, spreading word of our ineptitude.
The blame is mine, and mine alone.
Awfully generous for the ambassador to take the fall like that. I wonder when this will come back to bite us.
We should be better than this. Leading by example. This island has seen nothing but us at our weakest. What say you? I've been saying this all along, but his solution was to go over my head, to summon help from across the known world.
If you're done eviscerating me, you'll be interested to learn I'm sending the envoy to the Animancers of Emerald Stair.
You are ridiculous. Emerald Stair is under assault by the very wilderness it claims to have conquered. The Animancers cling to pride and tradition even as they dig their own graves. At least one of us hasn't abandoned hope. Clearly, I've wasted my time with you, Ambassador. From now on, I will break the frontier on my own terms. You are free to disagree with my methods, but you cannot stop me. As for you, Envoy, farewell. This reunion was unexpected, but not unwelcome.
Damn.
That's the priestess. She had no idea what she was getting into.
Yeah.
She is going to be a problem. Oh, that was nothing. Ludwig already despises me. You deserve a sporting chance to avoid her wrath. Put her out of your mind. The Dream Scourge is more than enough for us to chew on, at least for now. Since Liviana gave you a clean bill of health, you're officially cleared to leave for Emerald Stair. Fair warning, Animanters and Adirians don't mix well. Their kind can be a tad unhinged. A fair point. No one survives this place without losing a little sanity along the way.
They're a fun bunch. Crazy, but fun.
Wonderful. Now I have to keep a tight grip on my soul on top of everything else.
Should you cross paths with Ludwig, well, try not to. I have no idea what's gotten into her. Safe travels. I'm told Emerald Stair is beautiful this time of year.
Done here.
All right.
We can get to Emerald Stair in no time if
Thanks
we
for
leave
tuning
now.
in. Thanks for coming. Thanks for playing with me. I'm Big Mashy. See you on the next episode. We're gonna pick right back up here in like 15 minutes and play again.